Hey everyone. So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but take it for what you will. I'm getting prepared, right, for my readings today. Pick up the deck, look at the bottom of the deck, and it is the moon. Today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. So today is the full moon for June. And so that's really fun. I just want to see what we have under that. Two of Swords in the reverse. There was a lot, our reading yesterday really went into something about choices and decisions because we did see the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers. So, there's just, it's like, a lot of the collective right now is it's kind of perhaps at a crossroads. And not necessarily in like the worst of terms, but it's a crossroads essentially, as we jump into these new timelines, right? That's really kind of the best way that I can describe that. So anyway, today so today I am going to record a full moon reading, but I am going to actually first do yesterday's reading, which I didn't end up getting around to. So on Tuesdays, my plan is to post, messages for the Zodiac signs. Okay, so I'll kind of play around with that, but I was just kind of thinking about what I was going to do. That's why I said I picked up the deck, looked, and I saw the moon, and I had to just start recording. So let's just kind of get into it. I'm going to do a couple of shuffles. And essentially, guys, again, I'm just kind of free-flowing here. I think because, of course, we have 12 zodiacs, not to make the video intensely long, I think I'm just going to focus on pulling, or what I am going to do, I'm going to pull 2 cards per zodiac sign, and we're going to do essentially love messages today, and I'm going to pull a card for your energy and their energy. Okay, so there will be timestamps in the description, so go ahead and just skip ahead if that resonates with you. But yes, today is the full moon, and I cannot recall the name of this full moon. I don't know why I want to say pink moon, strawberry moon, maybe. But apparently it was supposed to be the most visible last night, June 10th, at least here for where I live, Austin, Texas. So I went out with my brother on 2 different occasions to try and go check it out. And the first time we didn't see it we did. But it was a little bit more far off on the distance, but it was super cloudy. It was weird. It was super cloudy. It was very difficult to see. Second time we went out, it was a much better view and closer, but still very, like, you could not see color to it. It just looked like a muted yellow. All right, so that feels good. I'm going to go ahead and just split the deck here. Wishing everyone a lovely June so far. I can't believe we're on June 11th. All right, so I will put timestamps, so if you don't want to sit here through all the shuffling, that's totally fine. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I changed my mind. Let's just do 3 more shuffles here, and then we'll get into it. I have been noticing, as I'm shuffling, I think the desk kind of does wobble. So hopefully, I think that sometimes makes the mic, I don't know, you can hear, it's hard, like you can hear louder taps or, hits on the table. So apologies in advance. I'll see, I know that can be maybe startling. So definitely my last intention is to be startling you guys. But hey, keep you on your toes isn't that bad either. All right, so let's just do it this way. All right. Aries, Taurus, and no, I do not have the zodiacs memorized, like, off the top of my head quite yet. Like, I can at least do things like, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I can't list them all in order. So like I know them by element, but anyway, you know, as I get into it, I mean, honestly, guys, I'm truly under a year in, so you know, in my tarot journey. So you know, I'm just learning things as I learn them, as we all do. All right, so see how I want to do this. I'm going to follow this chart here. I'm excited actually to do it this way. I think it'll be fun. Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Ooh la la. All right, so you know, let's get into it. Okay, that's beautiful, and we'll absolutely take it. 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's almost like, you know, again, like this is essentially regardless of what sign you are. I think as a whole collective, I said at the beginning of the video, it's like, as we're jumping timelines, because we're doing it and we're doing it rapidly. And like you know, as, of course, you know, I don't know about you guys, but as I'm like ascending consciousness and just, you know, evolving spiritually, I feel fantastic. Like I feel victorious, successful, like because I know, you know what I mean? Like, and that's all I need. Like now that I know, it's like I can sit back and relax because I know that everything is going to work out in my favor. I mean, truly. So, it's very beautiful to see here. And you know, I feel that there may be friends, you know, friends, family, but I'm really picking up on friends that that may have been really trying to like get a hold of you or trying to find some time to hang out with you. But I feel like you're really you're on. It's just you have your eyes on. I want to say like you have your eyes on the prize, but you know what you consider your, you know what I mean. It's like what you consider satisfaction, you know, and that's what you're headed toward. So, all right, so let's get into it. We're going to start with Aries, and we have, again, so I pull two cards per zodiac sign, and I'm pulling for your energy and their energy. So we have the Ace of Wands and the Justice card. I'm trying to think if you guys... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so Ace of Wands and Justice in the reverse. So, and I do see quite a couple of major arcana here on the table. So, here we have the Justice card and major arcana number 11. So, you know, right off the bat, I'm getting, you know, to me, I'm getting a lot of ones. 111, 1111 may resonate with you. But the Ace of Wands, I mean, very beautiful imagery here. It speaks to essentially, you know, beginnings, like that spark, that enthusiasm, that passion, that energy, that motivation. And so, you know, and it did, you know, you know, they're both coming in the reverse here. So I do feel a bit of stagnation. Okay. I you know, your energy, I just feel like it's as if it's like, I feel what I'm feeling right now is like you feel like things have kind of stalled out, or, or you're wondering, you know, really like, is this going to actually bring forth, you know, fruitful endeavors? Like, you know, so there's something here. You know, it also, take this as it resonates, guys. You know, the Ace of Wands can speak to male. The message here, excuse me, not the message, but some do take this card to mean male fertility. And with the Justice card, like, I mean, I don't know, like, you know, that it's like, I don't want to just say that it's surface level, because it's actually it's quite a powerful message here. You know, I don't know if someone's being judged because perhaps they're not able to, I mean, I don't know, either there's an issue that a male hasn't been born, or that, you know, something about maybe too many girls, you've been wanting to, or take flip roles as you need, but, you know, something along the lines of, you know, someone wants a baby boy hasn't, there's no baby boy, or perhaps, you know, one of you are not able to conceive, or to, you know, maybe like sperm's not fertile. Again, something to that effect. There's something here, and it's weighing heavily. It's weighing heavily here with the Justice in the reverse. Okay, again, Major Arcana number 11. So there's a decision here that needs to be made, guys. Like, the Justice card speaks to decisions, balance, even legal affairs. So, but, you know, again, at the core of it is that, you know, I think that you feel like things have just kind of stalled out. You know, like in the beginning things were amazing, but it's like, it just feels like, you know, because I feel like when you find your person, it's always going to be the Ace of Wands. Like, things are always going to be popping, right? So it's just, you know, yeah, so there's something there. And then this person here, in terms of, you know, they feel an imbalance, and I don't know if that's within themselves or within the connection, but yeah, guys, take that as it resonates. It's stagnated and imbalanced right now, okay? All right, so we're going to move on to Taurus, and we have actually two major arcana here. Wow. So the World and the Fool in the reverse. And let me take a look, because I also don't have all the major arcana. I do know the Fool is 0, which in numerology there is no 0, so always remember that. But yes, the World is 21, and I should know that. That's the last major arcana, or last card in the series. I feel like, I don't know, I could be talking to an older woman who has her sights set on perhaps a younger man, okay? Like, that's, and before I even said that, I was really just looking at how, like, the positioning of the cards were, how I was holding the World a little bit higher. I didn't do that purposely, but I just caught on that, I was holding it a little bit, you know, higher. Then also, as I said that, I look over and kind of see also, you know, it looks like a younger man. And it's not that I'm saying the World looks like an older woman or a more mature woman. It's just more so that, I don't know, that's just, you know, what can I say, guys? You know, that's just, that's what's resonating. That's the feelings that are popping off the card here. So it's like, you're actually ready to, like, go with someone, like you're ready to take a risk, or, you know, but this person here with the Fool, it's like they're not ready to take that risk yet. So very interesting, because this is very, like, polar, you know what I mean, polar energies. And I was just talking about beginnings here with Aries, with the Ace of Wands. The Fool also speaks to beginnings. So you know, and that's not to say that this person doesn't have interest in you, but for whatever reason, it's like they're not willing to take the risk, or perhaps they're just, you know, I don't know, maybe, it's very interesting. And then I keep honing in on the dog as well. This person could have a dog, but, you know, it's just that they could be, honestly, very distracted or careless, you know, just in their energy. They just still happen to be very, who knows, you know, naive, gullible, or even just stale and dull. Like, this, you know what I mean? Like, this person could look like they're fun, but in reality, like their energy is just like totally not. And who knows, you know, or it's something that you do have your sights on each other, but at the same time, because they're still so naive and gullible and reckless, careless, you know, whatever you want to call it, because there's a lack of commitment with the Fool here and there's confirmation meow. But this person being in a relationship with this person is just risky at the end of the day. Okay, it's just risky because, you know, for whatever reason they're just not ready. They're not. They may have their sights on others. They may be, again, distracted. So yeah. So, you know, for you with the World. Again, this speaks to success and completion. That's why I feel like you're accomplished, you're more mature, more wise, more, you know, and that's not to say you're old or not like old. And I don't even, old and young, that to me is like, those are interesting terms. I'll just say that. But you're you know, I have to say, I'm thinking of Ari from Libra Light. I love how she says, well-to-do, and so I was just about to say, and I've never said it before, but it just popped out, and I almost stopped because it's like, wait, that's not like, you know, that's not like what I usually say. But then I'm like, it's just so adorable when she says it. So I feel like you're really well-to-do. You know, you just kind of have it together, and unfortunately this person doesn't. And guys, I don't know how it took me so long to even realize also, very first card of the Major Arcana and very last card of the Major Arcana. So this person, like I'm telling you, they're just definitely younger than you guys. You know, I would say honestly, you know, for that to work, the Fool would have to take a chance, take a risk, truly, you know, like a true sacrifice here. But true sacrifices only happen when one truly loves themselves. And unfortunately here, you know, again, I just, I don't know, very interesting. I don't want to say that I don't see it, because, you know, really what I wanted to say is, like, if I were you guys, I would just kind of, like, keep looking. Does that make sense? And don't ask me why, but OK is popping out like crazy here. Like, just the letters O and K. All right, so anyway, crazy. All right, that was interesting. All right, we're gonna move on to Gemini, and I'm gonna kind of just start clearing some of these cards here. Okay, that's probably not a good idea. All right, so Gemini, so another Major Arcana. So your energy is coming in as the Two of Swords, and your person's energy is coming in as the Hierophant, Major Arcana number 5. So this is very interesting. I mean, just looking at the imagery here, and I'll share with you guys shortly. You know, I feel that in this particular circumstance, with the Two of Swords, in terms of your energy, you guys have come essentially to a stalemate, okay? You've come to a point where, you know, you don't know which action to take. And so you've kind of just, and don't even, okay, whatever. Notice how the character is sitting. Okay, I was going to say I've actually never noticed that she's sitting, but then I was going to say nor did I really ever notice that she was standing. It's really weird, but I guess perhaps I didn't notice that it looks like she's actually sitting on a stool, whereas like before I think maybe I thought she was sitting on the ledge, but it's actually looks like grass behind her, and then she's actually sitting on a stool. So this is the first time I'm noticing that the Two of Swords, she's sitting actually on a stool. So where was I going with that? Yeah, that like you're at a stalemate now, and it's like you've just kind of like you just kind of taken a seat. You've sat down and you're like, I mean, truly, right? I mean, it's just truly like, you know, you really need to just, you've been met with a difficult choice. All right, and I think it's something that this person is obviously energetically putting upon you, and I don't know what that is. Is that marriage? Is that their way of thinking? Is that submitting to them? Is that, you know, because I'm not getting a very good energy here per se with this combination of card. Okay, Two of Swords and the Hierophant. The twos actually represent, I was talking about numerology earlier, but with the twos, this represents relationships, balance, as well as harmony. Excuse me. Okay. And it also indicates that some of you may be in a transition and feel that you're literally in between two worlds. And it has, I really feel like it has to do with a relationship, but it could have to do with the job as well. I mean that this could certainly be, right, like a, you know, someone that has a higher position that you have to report to or something along those lines type of thing. So really it can apply however it applies or resonates. I mean, this could even be something to do with finances, right? But mind you, I've only pulled two cards, so you know, just very, very, very general touch through, or just like a very quick overview glance of the energy, right? So, but there's something here. There's just obviously something here that's either been keeping you feeling like, and you know, as I started talking about all that stuff, I must have for a reason, but I do need to reel back and remember that we really are. And that's why I said I really feel like this is with a lover. But I do, that's why it's because I forgot, like my intention when I pulled all the cards was for love. So anyway, so let me just reel myself back in, okay? So this is something though, you have to, it's like you have to either choose between, take it as it resonates, lovers, considering there's three characters here in the Hierophant card. So you could be having to choose between lovers, or just choosing between love itself. Like, again, is this person the right person for me? But again, I'm getting some kind of negative like aspect to this where I feel like the Hierophant, it's like their energy is over, like I can feel it. It's like they're trying to smother your energy, or they're trying to like have you, you know what I mean? Like have you, like the characters here on the bottom of the card, have you, you know, bend to their will, bend to their way of thinking. And in deep down, it's like, you know, something's just not feeling right, you know? So, as I said that, the Two of Swords, you know, the card does remind you to follow your intuition when making decisions and deal with conflicts directly, you know, as long as it's so safe to do so through clear communication with this Hierophant. This is also a signal to accept this period of uncertainty while keeping the faith, surprisingly enough, that a future better will emerge. I mean, I don't know, like, right? Is this person like spiritual, religious, and, you know, or like self-proclaimed, you know, like Mr. This and that, but really it's like you just, you know what I mean? Like they're not like you see through their energy. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's what I'm getting from your energy. And then in terms of the Hierophant, brother, I'll be right back, guys. And we're back. I've also put some background music, so, alright, so I think I left off, with, wrapping up the Two of Swords, but, so again, so for your person, what I really get from them is kind of it's just like they're an energy of non-conformity from them. and really ignorance. They have a very interesting view of the world, if you will. And ultimately, values are not aligned here, guys. You might have even broken some taboo, if you will, with this person. But at the end of the day, do remember that you have a particularly strong will and desire to regain control and break free from the shackles of convention. And even though that energy is speaking of the Hierophant, that was a message for you, okay, with the Two of Swords. All right, wonderful. So then next we have, where was I? All right, Cancer. All right, excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move these. All right, Cancer. So we have the King of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Wands, okay? King of Swords for your energy. Now it is coming in the reverse, and I'm going to go ahead and let you take a look here at the imagery. With the King of Swords, it speaks to the energy of a strong-willed individual. Okay, so the fact that it's coming in the reverse, I feel that it's almost as if you guys may be. You know, take it for what you will. Maybe you've like let them get away with some stuff that you know you wish you hadn't, or you know you're second guessing yourself, or maybe and for me, you know, the Page of Wands, might I add real quickly, I do really, well, no, let me take that back. I was thinking of another card. I just feel like currently in this situation with this person, it's just right now you guys have like low standards in terms of the relationship or of the connection with this particular person. And it could be that you're being selfish, but for the right reasons. You know, but take that as it resonates. This could also come in because I feel like, yeah, you know, I was going to say I wasn't quite sure, but I am just going to go ahead and say it because I do feel it, and I keep feeling it. I feel that the King of Swords coming in this position and in your court is representing someone in your life who's misusing their power, and someone who is one to show off, you know, to others. So if that resonates with you, you know, then then this is your message. You know, and that's why I said it's like you have right now you have like low hope or low standards in terms of the connection with this person, because you understand this is a message to say that you cannot control others' actions. With the Page of Wands here, you know, like I'm taking this as like the actions that they're currently taking. It's just it's not sitting right with you, and you've spoken your mind about it, but and it's like you can see it here. They have their back turned to you as well, so it's like they're gonna do what they want to do, and at this point you can only control your own reactions, guys. Okay. The Page of Wands, you know, first and foremost, I get that I take it as a message. And so I do feel that, again, I was saying that this person has their back turned to you, and, you know, this could indicate that perhaps as well they're just, you know, maybe communicating or sending messages to others, okay? And I'm not necessarily saying third-party situation or not, it's just that there's no communication here between the two of you. And I just feel like in this particular situation, this is someone who's failing to commit, or just simply an unreliable lover who is on an aimless search for love. All right, Cancer. Okay, so Leo. Sorry there for my pause. You know, I was thinking I should have been pulling. I'll do it next time. All right, we'll keep going with how we've been reading. And I'll go ahead and share with you. I just, in a way, I'm like, I could be pulling advice cards, but at the same time, I am giving advice as I go through these. So again, we're good. All right, we're moving on to Leo. Welcome, Leo. So we're starting off with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, as well as the Four of Swords in the reverse. For the Ten of Wands, this is coming in as your energy. So interestingly, I feel like both you and your person, am I getting... Okay, I'm gonna let you take a look at the imagery here. But I feel like, interestingly, it's like another, it's like a polarity where you're, with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, you're finally, well, you know, I do that a lot with the Ten of Wands. All right, let me backtrack. Because I was trying to sift through the energies here, but scratch the polarity thing. What I'm getting is that the two of you actually, it's like you're being called. I don't know, it's like the both of you are carrying or dealing with a lot of energy right now in your own ways. You so more with feeling like, I don't know, just maybe a lot of responsibility right now, a lot of energy that you are either failing to delegate, and in turn you're just feeling like you're, you know, on the brink of just exhaustion and just, you know, like you can't handle it much longer. You've been working very hard, so this could indicate then that it's either you're failing to share burdens with your partner, or you're failing to be able to find emotional support with them. And I think more so I'm getting both of that. And with the Four of Swords coming in, it solidifies that, yeah, there's something here where you just really feel like you can't talk to your person, you can't, you just can't be yourself with them. You really can't truly be your authentic self. And I don't know what is going on with this person, because they have something, they're being called to rest. I mean, essentially you are as well. You know, you're being called to find release from any unnecessary responsibilities, and just take time to engage in activities that you love at this time. But you know, your person is going through something here with the Four of Swords. And I think it's keeping them, it's keeping them in an energy, if you will. It's keeping It's keeping them in an energy of burnout as well, and maybe even restlessness. So it's like you're feeling burned out and they're feeling burned out, but and essentially, because of that, they can't be of service to you if they're running on empty. Because it's like, we can't be of service to anyone, right? If we're running on empty, essentially. And so it's like this person can't be here for you. you know, again, they're being called to rest or take a moment to step back from their daily grind and really, you know, it would behoove them to incorporate mindfulness practices into their routine, but you know, you would know best if they're really ready to do so, because you can see, you know, they're not open to they're not open to the wisdom that they could gain, you know, if they tapped into their intuition. Okay. All right, my friends. All right, so we're gonna move on now to Virgo. Yes, I just want to make sure. Okay. Virgo, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Eight of Wands. So the Queen of Pentacles is coming in as your energy, and with it coming in the reverse, you know, I do wonder, I feel like at this time, for some reason, you're not tending to your inner garden. And I think it's because you are more focused on where your person is putting their energy or putting their efforts or communications, or who they're, you know, where they're putting energy out, essentially. And so, you know, I'm not trying to say this to be funny, but the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse could be speak to being unkept or unkempt, which I think, let me make sure that means what I think it means, which it's like almost like disheveled, or it's basically like you're not even taking care of yourself. Like you start to kind of like, not let yourself go, but like things that you would normally be doing to groom yourself or to, you know, energize yourself or to clear your mind or to do good for you. It's like your focus, and I'll show you, excuse me, as I'm speaking, I'll show you how the energy is landing here. Make sure I have that correct. Yeah, so it's like you're too focused on, you know, on what this person's doing. And yes, unkempt, especially of a person having an untidy or disheveled appearance. I think I said disheveled, so pretty cool. All right, so Virgo, and what's interesting, you know, Virgo earth signs, you know, as I said, not tending to your inner garden. So there's definitely something here in terms of, you know, perhaps you could be jealous at this time, and, you know, because, you know, I don't know, this, and only take it if it resonates. I'm not, you know, please don't assume, but is this person, you know, talking to others, or, you know, that you know of, and, you know, that could be what's causing these painful feelings, you know, even of insecurity. And guys, you know, your message is that, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, is that, you know, and only, you know, take this as it resonates, it is the message, but that you could perhaps be in this, it's a message to reflect on whether you're in this relationship for the wrong reasons, okay? And yeah, you know, it's what I'm saying, if you've been going, and you have, if the energy here is that you've been going through a period of stress or anxiety, so this card is a reminder to tend to your inner garden, okay? And very importantly, to be compassionate and gentle with yourselves, okay? The Eight of Wands is coming in for your person's energy, okay? So, you know, that could speak to news, very simply. But again, I take that as also as communication. So that's why I said I do feel like right now this person is, you know, I don't know, they could be making quick decisions, sudden changes, you know, that are just making you really feel, again, insecure and unstable. But in this particular situation, or the way the energy is here with the Eight of Wands, what I'm getting here is, just a lot of delays in love or in the situation with this person, but a lot of confusion as well, right? So I don't know what this person's been doing, but I'm not getting a good energy, you know what I mean? And I feel like a message to you, even though this is, these are energies from the Eight of Wands, for you, I do feel like these are your messages in terms of staying focused on the tasks that are most important to you at this time, and that'll allow you to attend to your inner garden. So, because right now your attention is diverted to the most urgent tasks, right? Possibly being, trying to possibly survive in the relationship or save the relationship, while you push yourself essentially to the sidelines, okay? All right, Virgo, so good luck. And we are going to move on now to Libra. Welcome, my fellow Libras. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just let you look at both cards for a moment here. You are coming in as the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So please take this if it resonates, but I'm getting that perhaps you're trying to control the outcome or trying to control the relationship in the way that it's headed at this time. And really, in a way, the King of Pentacles in a reverse position can warn against selfishness or selfish deeds. Maybe you're in this relationship for selfish reasons, or I don't know, that's but take it as it resonates, guys. There's something along the lines there of maybe you're really trying to make this work when you know better. But with the Seven of Wands, I feel like this person, unfortunately, is like, they're putting a boundary up, and again, in terms of it's, I don't know if they've blocked you. That could be an indication that they've blocked you, or simply that they just set up a boundary that they no longer want to be in a relationship. And so again, you guys may be trying to kind of force this, okay, Libras. Just at this time, you really need to be extremely decisive and clear about your direction. And there's a call here to be realistic about the next steps that you take. Okay. Now, your person is coming in as the Seven of Wands. I, right off the bat, always take this as my card of boundaries, okay, of setting boundaries. But it's of standing strong and of advocating. So for whatever reason, this person is protecting themselves at this time, or just they're protecting this energy. And that's not to say that, that's not to say take this personally and that 100% you did something wrong and type of thing. It just means that, they've just set a boundary in the relationship. So, I don't know if that's just a boundary that you're trying to control or change, or if they've actually made a decision to end the relationship and, cut your energy out, and you're trying to not control, not necessarily manipulate, maybe subconsciously or unbeknownst to you are, but it's like you're trying to make it work, when they're you can tell that they have let it go. And I know that's really hard actually to hear. And I felt the hurt there, having to come to terms with that message, with that energy, with that knowing, okay? But at this time, my friends, it's time to take value-aligned action. Okay, even though it's funny because even though I'm reading a lot of especially for your person's card, what the message is for their card actually is like applying to you. And same here. So even though messages from the Seven of Wands, I'm going to apply this to you. It is now time to take value-aligned actions, okay? Because right now, you know, there is a disconnect, guys, okay? So you need to have a risk management plan in place, and don't, you know, put all your eggs in one basket with this person or with, you know, any relationship, any situation. All right, Libra, and good luck. All right, so I just took a little break there. All right, so let's move on now to Scorpio. Welcome, Scorpio. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups. One major arcana, number 10. So 1 or 1001 could be significant to you, 1010. But right now, things are looking good in terms, actually, for both you and your person. So I'm really loving this. The Wheel of Fortune really speaks to luck as well as fate. And right now, it's like you're in a period of good luck with this person. You could be experiencing relationship changes. So I feel like this is somewhat newer. And if not, if this is someone that you're, you know, currently in a long-term relationship with, then you're simply navigating changes with partner and making adjustments, but for the better. Okay, so rapid changes are occurring right now overall, and opportunities are coming your way that will make your life better. So again, right now, whatever, it's like you're in whatever circumstances are, and here, let me just show you the cards. I'm not sure if I've actually, here we go. Okay, so whatever circumstances are ahead of you will put an end to past difficulties and essentially herald a period of good success and fortune. Okay, so again, just it's just a very, very beautiful, very, very beautiful energy. It's like what I'm getting is just that guy, like you guys are very happy and positive right now, and your person, okay, over here is very satisfied as well. The Nine of Cups, I love to say, is my manifestation card. Okay, the character here is sitting, and you can see just the, you know, the expression on their face. They're content, they're satisfied. They've achieved, this person has achieved success. They've you know, they've had their fair share of achievements and recognition, and they've, you know, they are a manifester. They've manifested before, but either way, it's like they're happy with their life. You know, things are working out as planned. And right now, I can tell you that they're very much appreciating their current love life with you. Okay, so it seems that the both of you are really happy, so I love to see this, Scorpio. I'll let you take a look at the imagery again. But this is a very cheerful romance, so I'm just so happy to see this. But I feel that your person, it's like this is also indicating that your person has just successfully completed a very important like chapter of their life, if you will. Or not even chapter, excuse me, an important stage in their life. And it's like now they can just you know, afford their well-deserved rest of their journey, you know what I mean, as they live out their life, you know. And I feel like you guys are gonna, I don't know, I feel like you guys are gonna do really big things together. I feel like the two of you are both very spiritual, so I'm getting a very spiritual coupleship here, but especially just with all the imagery, you know, spiritual imagery here in the Wheel of Fortune, but also with the Nine of Cups and how I said this is my manifestation card. You two are going to be manifesting spiritually together. So I'm just, I can't even speak English. I'm so happy. Like it's like you guys are going to do profound things. And even if it's not even just has to be profound, like, but it's just you guys are going to do something together that's going to bring you so much emotional satisfaction. So kudos, guys, and congratulations. All right, we're going to move on to Sagittarius, but before I do so, I think my cat is meowing at the door. All right, Sagittarius. So you are coming in as the Devil, and your person is coming in as the Five of Wands in the reverse. All right, Sagittarius. You know what I'm feeling, and I can't recall. There's which other sign. Oh, it might have been Libra. So I feel like you guys are kind of struggling to let go of your person in some way, because I feel like with the two of you, with the two of your signs, it's like this person is kind of given up, or they don't want conflict anymore. They don't, you know what I mean? But it's like you guys are really attached to them, and perhaps not in a healthy way, right? You know, the Devil can speak to obsession or simply dependency, but there's something here that, you know, you feel powerless to them because and I feel like you're aware of the way you're acting toward them. You know, confirmation sirens, if you guys hear them out there. It's like that's like a call, guys, like it's a caution, you know, to really reflect on that, okay? In a way, you know, you could just have a lot of lust for this person, you know, just really enjoy being in the bedroom with them, you know, just you're obsessed with them, you know, take that as it resonates, because it'll resonate differently for everyone. But at the same time, in a way, you know, it's like if this person, and I'm not trying to say this in a cruel way, but it's like sometimes it's like tough love. Like if this person wants nothing to do with you anymore, but you keep, you know, reaching out, or you keep trying to put your energy on them, in a way, this is indicating a selfish love, or excuse me, a selfish disregard for your lover's feelings, or for this person's feelings, okay? And I know that's hard to hear, because it's like, I feel like you're feeling trapped, okay? And the Devil may indicate, you know, that it's like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to shake off the feeling that, like, you need this person, they're your person. Major Arcana number 15, okay, so that, you know, that could resonate with you, either 15 or possibly 6, okay? So more sirens there in the background. Now, your person, Five of Wands in the reverse. Again, they're, in some way, it's like they've come to a resolution already, guys. And I feel that resolution is ending the relationship. It's like they're trying, you know, essentially it's like they're done trying to battle you or fight or push you away. It's like now they just want to, they're avoiding conflict, and they're trying to keep the peace, okay? All right, and so at this time, guys, I mean, simply it's just that this person is focused on their own path, okay? All right, Sagittarius. So I would definitely, you know, I would just definitely look at that situation in terms of simply of energies, okay, as energies. And again, the more that you try to go after an energy, to that energy, it becomes cumbersome. It becomes, you know, they can feel the obsession, and that pushes them further away, okay? So just meditate on that, you know, do some mindfulness practices, try to just essentially put that energy that you've been putting on your person back into yourself, okay? Take care of yourself, do good for yourself, and I wish you well. All right, so moving on, we have Capricorn. You are coming in as the Three of Cups in the reverse, and your person is coming in as the Two of Cups. So Two Cups cards here, very cute. And then, you know, back to back, you know, 2 and 3. So let's get into it here. I'm going to just take a quick look here at the imagery. I was gonna say, I in a cute way, I feel like this person has just completely like torn you away from your friends or friend group. You know, so right now there's gossip going on in the friend group, you know, but not the friend group per se that like this person's in the friend group, but between your personal friend group, you know, like your girlfriends or you know, the roles can be reversed. So, you know, amongst your guy friends. But it's like, yeah, it's like all of a sudden it's like, what happened to like so and so? So definitely I feel like a very, this is like very new, okay? Dating stages, you guys just met last weekend type of thing, like just literally like just boom, like this person's in your life. So you know, the Three of Cups, it does speak to a short but exciting romance, so take that as it resonates. You may have met someone that's like just here on vacation and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have fun anyway, and you guys have just been like hanging out every day. Yeah, and I feel like right now you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, you know, and you are, you know, because I feel like you almost hesitated in hanging out with this person, but I feel like you went ahead and just made the call to do so. Now with the Two of Cups, so again, this person is very smitten with you. They're very attracted to you as well, and there's a mutual respect here, okay? They do really, they like the way you think, they like the way you talk, you know, they like how you present yourself. But right now you guys just have, you know, open communication, and the time between you guys feels really just mutually beneficial. And this does speak to starting of the start of a relationship. So again, you know, it's essentially like if this continues to go well type of thing, you know, this could really turn into something where you guys really work together as a team and make something long term here. You know, but just make sure, guys, you know, to just always be have clear communication with this person. Don't, you know what I mean, like you know, just make sure to avoid any miscommunications, essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. And just a message here for some of you to take accountability for what is in your control. So I don't know if, you know, maybe someone from the past, like romantically, maybe you need to, like, I don't know, but there's something about that may resonate differently for those of you. But right now you guys are on a fun path, it seems, and even though you may think, so I don't know, you may think it's a short, like, oh, it's just going to be short and exciting, but really I'm kind of getting like you guys really could be a wonderful match here. So of course, just you know, follow your intuition and you know, let your feelings be your guide as you move along, in letting the energies play out with this person and within this connection. So very beautiful, guys. So enjoy that, have fun. And we are now going to move on to Aquarius. We have the Two of Wands and the Star in the reverse. So you're coming in as the Two of Wands here. Alright, and I'm back. I had to feed my cat dinner. So, alright, Aquarius. So we left off with explaining that you are coming in as the Two of Wands in the reverse and your person is coming in as the Star. Now, you know, the Two of Wands in the reverse, the Two of Wands overall for me really is like the thought process, like starting the planning or the planning process in your mind, you know. And right now, it's as if you're not taking action right now. And I feel like something, you know, I don't know, I'm taking this as failed romantic plans, or even simply a lack of prospects, or like a lack of the future with this person or in this connection, you know, because it's like where you would be planning your future. See, as the character's holding the world in his hands, that's not happening here in this connection. Meanwhile, your person is coming in as the star, so, you know, it's like they've kind of, I don't know if they've lost hope within themselves or just in the connection, but they've lost hope, you know, as well. And so, you know, the energy really between you two is, there's no momentum here, okay? And you know, there's a message here, guys, that, it's like, I don't know if you're trying to make this work against good, you know, better reason. And in a way, it's like you could be ignoring important details in terms of your future, or, you know, in terms of your future relationship with this person, and that could be the reason for, you know, your downfall. So take that message as it resonates, okay? Now, your person then is coming in as the star in the reverse, so they're experiencing, you know, I don't know, for some of you, they could be experiencing extreme self-criticism at this time. Again, that's why I said I don't know if that, it's like a loss of hope within themselves, where it's like it's just something within them that's affecting the relationship. But nonetheless, they have a loss of hope. It's like they've lost hope. Like how can I say this? It's like they've given up on love. That's as simply as I wanted to say it. It's like they've given up on love, and quite frankly, it's like there's a lack of confidence here. And I really feel like that's within themselves. But also just a lack of confidence in the connection, or toward you, or just, you know, just overall in their energy. They're being, you know, they really need to nurture their sense of hope and positive energy, and that'll help them to propel their actions in the future with joy instead of fear, because something's holding them back here. You know, and of course we don't exactly know what that is, but you know, I feel like there's really, you know, you're being called to reconsider the situation, guys, okay? And as I said that very interestingly with the Two of Wands, I have noticed it, but I've never really noticed the, well, really, I guess it looks like, I don't know quite what that is. I suppose that's just simply like a wooden stand or something, anyway, but I focused in on those flowers there, and I'm just getting a sense of hope and positivity. So, you know, just remain, it's a message for you. It's like, you're going to do okay, guys. You're going to be all right, you know. You're going to be okay, Aquarius. So, good luck, and I'll see you in the next reading. Lastly, but not least, we have the King of Cups. Excuse me. Last but not least, we have Pisces. King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles are coming in. Now, you are coming in as the King of Cups, which really indicates the energy of a warm heart, of emotional satisfaction. But in this position, I am getting a feeling of perhaps feeling withdrawn in the connection, or withdrawn from this person, or even just feeling overwhelmed, possibly anxious, or for some of you, even repressed. But at this time, I feel like for the majority of you, you guys have stopped putting an effort in the connection at this time. And they have too, with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse like this. So right now, both of you are not putting an effort. But I feel like there may be something about, you know, you've just stopped because I feel like this person could have been manipulating you, or deceiving you, or being selfish in love. and you were led to be, you know, feeling like you were being led on or used, okay? So, you know, the King of Cups, it is a sign that calm and centeredness are found within, okay? So a message that meditation and journaling could be helpful practices at this time as you navigate this situation. But again, yeah, the King of Cups may represent someone in your life who is being emotionally manipulative, so, okay. So whether I'm talking to a male or female, you know, male who's with a male, or, you know, roles could also be reversed as well. You know, so just take it as it resonates. But, you know, obviously, if I were to say, you know, with the energies here, this energy obviously is not good for you. And I think, you know, that's what I'm saying. You guys have come to realize that. I was going to say cat's out of, well, I saw the fish, and I'm like, fish is out of the water, but it's like cat's out of the bag, you know. Something here, it's like you finally, you know, you're not gonna put up with it anymore. And sure, yeah, and it's like, again, yeah, they're not putting in effort, they're neglecting the relationship. They just want to take the easy way out, and they're just not satisfied in their life at the moment, you know, in any area of their life. So and in some way it's affecting their spiritual connection, and that could be the main thing that led to kind of this breakdown here. Okay. All right, so Pisces, I hope you found some helpful messages there, and I will see everyone in the next reading. Bye.